Okay, so we have come out here in the woods to take a look at this abandoned brick factory, which was the first one to open in the Birmingham, Alabama industrial district in the late 1880s. And the remains of it are just up ahead. We've passed a lot of bricks right here, so they're just everywhere. Right in here somewhere was the rail spur line of the Louisville and Nashville Railroad. And so looks like there's bricks. And here's the remains of it right here. Got some more right here. So this operated from the late 1880s, went through several ownership changes, and the best configured shut down somewhere in the early 1950s. But this is the main remains of the brick refractory or factory plant, and it had its own coal mines, coal and clay mines, which we're going to attempt to locate if we can. But it's out here in the woods, man.
You're right.
Yeah, there's another structure over here, but you can see there are bricks just everywhere. So it would be neat. I don't know if this is actually one of the kilns. They did have newer kilns, but they started out with your standard big kiln that you see in these early photos. So I'm not sure if that's the remains of a new one, but it's pretty impressive right here. So the rail spur line, the Louisville and Nashville Railroad, was right somewhere in these woods. So looks like there's a basement down there. So, I mean, so just stuck out here in the woods and forgotten, man. Pretty impressive. You don't get to see too many remains of any brick plants, man. There's more of it back here. This was a very, very large facility. So, all right, we're gonna have a look around here.
Is this where they would heat the bricks right here?
This looks like a kiln, Josh.
Yeah.
They did away with those old kilns for this one. This could have been some new, the way it's set out, I'm not sure. But, how this worked. Maybe I have to do a little more research on this. But, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Just out here in the woods. So they had several different names for these bricks, but that's a warrior brick right there. More of them that say warrior brick right there. They're just gonna, I don't even know how they're still in place. They're gonna fall down. But anyway, this might be the kiln. So all right. He shoved me down here. Anyway, just dropped on down in here. I guess this has the makings of being a kiln, but there's a lot of weird bricks right here. Yeah. Brick plant didn't have any problems. Using bricks for buildings. It's pretty impressive. Yeah. So there's a coal mine that we're gonna try to go see after we leave here. That this is the coal mine is where they also got the clay and the coal. So it's got. That's interesting. There's sections of rail standing straight up. Yeah, above me. But this will be a spooky place at night. Damn. Well, it definitely looks interesting. You got all these vents right here. It sure does look like a modern kiln. So, looks like I'll go out this way instead of climbing back up. But definitely interesting, man. Never really seen the remains of a brick plant. So, this is a first for me at least. So, all right, I'll go ahead and get on out this way. Here's Mr. Box.
Coming out of the mine.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So this is the back side of it. We just went in underneath all that stuff. So, So those might not be sections of rail I saw down below. I think this is the top side of it. Looks like rail sections down below. But anyway, we'll go check out that other building, see what it looks like. Okay, so this is this big, this looks like a bunker, concrete bunker, but you got the basement right up under there. And so we've got some more remains all back in here. Impressive. And there's more concrete stanchions and brick wall over here. It's amazing. Love to see a layout of this plant, how everything worked, and what these buildings were. So we'll just have a little more of a look around. It's like concrete, the remains of concrete silos. All right, run a little more. This one's actually got a large brick wall right there. Alright. Actually, this is pretty immense. I mean, I've never been to the remains of a brick factory before. I mean, we went to one hoping we'd find one with the mines, that we'd find some remains of the kilns and everything, but that was just wiped out. But man, I don't know what in the world this was. It's impressive, man. It's got these rows of bricks. They've got mounts in them, rods, threaded rods. So I have no idea. So looks like it, you know, it keeps going down this way. So let's see if I can get a better look. Well, see that there's some of the coal right there, because they did have a steam power plant powered by the coal, you know. So that could be the remains of it right there. All right, we'll look around a little bit more. So got some more structures right there, but this is just kind of interesting. The they've got the brick actually set against a living rock right there, cut into it. It's kind of interesting. Huh. No idea what this was. Huh. I tell you, man, a lot to explore in this whole area related to this brick factory. So. No idea what this is. And look at that. It just goes all the way up under there. That's just up here walking on that. Oh, man. You can spend some time up around here, that's for sure. All right. Okay, so finished up exploring this, and hopefully we're going to be able to find a coal mine. There were several of them that supplied the coal and the clay to this brick plant. So, yeah, nice little exploration to see all this. Okay, so we're heading to two more of the coal slash clay mines that were attached to the brick plant we just came from. This is actually the old rail bed. I guess sometimes hunters come back in here. But anyway, first time to do this back here, so pretty much looks like a jungle. That almost looks like a tailings pile. Yeah, there's this is the second one Mr. Box has pointed out straight up there. There's it's like there was a road up there. It's a lot of stacked rocks. So, all right, we'll just keep heading down this way. Okay, so we're going along the old rail bed here, and there's just bricks everywhere. So we've been just kind of curious looking at them. And this is the company that operated this mine after 1900 was Southern Clay Manufacturing Company right there. So, I mean, that brick's in pretty good shape. So, let me try to pick it up on the way back. But, so there's, I don't know what else we'll find down there, but we'll just keep going. Okay, so with the main rail bed being down here, this is the tramway line for the coal cars, clay cars. And this mine goes back to about 1890 originally. So, yeah, I see all this water running out too, man. There's a, I see that. There's a stacked wall right here below where the creek's running out. Yeah, the big one should be over there. So this is it could be this one, or Mr. Box is checking that one over there. But this mine goes back to 1890. This was a coal and clay mine, and this coal and the clay was used for the brick plant that we visited earlier. So, pretty impressive. Don't know if there's an opening to get in there, but Mr. Box found this stacked rock wall right here. Now, this could have been a manway entrance right here. You can see that stacked rock wall. So, we'll definitely explore around here a little bit. But this was the site of the big coal mine that furnished all the coal and the clay to the brick plant right here. Stayed in operation all the way up into the 30s, early 30s. So, all right. Okay, so after some checking out the maps and everything, so is that where the water's running out? I'm not sure if that's a mine or not, because they've got stacked rock walls on either kind of that. That could have just been a natural spring tributary, but this, yeah, this is the mine right here. So, off by just a little bit, but that's what happens sometimes. So, you can see it's a total collapse. The whole top cover just collapsed down. So this is it. This is the brick factory mine right here. So, coal mine slash clay mine. So, all right. So anyway, at least we found it. And we're going to go ahead and head on back on the tramway. There's a couple of little drift mines. May or may not be open. Most likely not. But we'll check them out as we're heading back down the rail bed. Okay, so we're following the tramway line to get back out of here. The main rail bed or spur line is down there, or was down there. And this is one of the smaller drifts associated with the brick plant. And it looks open. Mr. Box is checking that out, seeing what it looks like.
Still cold air coming out.
Well, that's always a good sign. All right. Looks dry.
It looks like it, unless it goes to the right, it's going to be, might be totally collapsed.
Totally? Okay. All right. Man, I can feel that cold air. That feels good right now. All right. That looks like, yeah, unless it goes to the right. Well, at one time this had good top cover.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally collapsed. It looks cool in here, though.
Yeah, I wonder where that air's coming from.
Like
Could be coming from one of the other mines further down.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll keep heading on down the trail. Okay, Mr. Box is, we're heading on our way out. And this is one of the other drift mines attached to this brick plant. Back in there, it's actually sealed up. There's cold air flowing out of it. So Mr. Box is going way up above where the top cover would be to look for an air shaft. It's supposed to be right up above it. So, but anyway, when you walk up in there, boy, you can really feel the cold air coming out. So, let's see. Yeah, it's pretty tight back in here. Anyway, he's up there checking just to make sure. This will be our last mine we checked. Okay, so Mr. Box found the air shaft. It's just up over the lip, and it's closed. And this was another big mine right here, big drift mine. And you can see it's concrete lined up right there. So I won't be getting there. We shined a light in there, and yeah, it goes. There's cold air just blowing out of this thing. So anyway, it looks like it's pretty big, but for whatever reason, we don't know when this was sealed up, but did a pretty good job on it. So, but excellent top cover. So, all right, and that'll do it. And we'll go ahead and conclude a final video on this trip right here. Excellent. We'll make our way on out.